Robin's Flagstaff home's living room was remodeled for television, complete with new faux rustic lanterns, soft white couches, and a freshly painted accent wall. Tension, however, permeated the air like smoke beneath the shiny exterior. The way Cody's jaw twitched whenever Robin spoke was visible to everyone on set, including the boom operators, cameramen, and even the seasoned producer who was seated cross-legged on a floor cushion. She sat calmly, her face a meticulously crafted portrayal of a misinterpreted woman. A trained softness trembled in her voice. She muttered to the camera, "I've tried to keep this family together for so long, even when it was no longer desired. I stayed even after they all turned away. I was faithful." Cody stood with his arms folded tightly across his chest, away from the camera. Even though he wasn't in the picture yet, his presence was like a thundercloud. His breathing was erratic, and his eyes narrowed with each word Robin said. Nobody knew exactly what had set him off. Meri had just alluded to publishing her private journals, so perhaps it had been a text. Perhaps it was the most recent wave of irate social media posts, accusing him of neglect and financial abuse from Christine and Janelle's fans. Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Or perhaps he simply broke at last. He snarled abruptly, his voice as piercing as a whip crack. You lied to them. Robin tensed. The operator pivoted in response to the voice, causing the camera to jolt a little. Cody entered the picture. His eyes were wild and his face was flushed. You misled Meri. You assured her that she once more had a place in this household. You invited her to join you for the holidays. After that, you and your children laughed about it. The room went cold. Robin's facade faltered as she snapped, I didn't laugh. I was attempting to lessen the impact. I was unaware that the talk was being recorded, and Cody spit out, you didn't know because you believed you could say anything and get away with it. You were constantly taking sides. You transferred the RV fund into your personal account after telling Janelle that we would help her. Robin, it's in the audit. It was noticed by the accountant. TLC is aware. Her gaze expanded. That would remain internal, they stated. They let us go. Quiet. For the first time, Robin's visage snapped totally. Her mouth dropped wide. The blood drained from her cheeks. They canceled the show, Cody added, raising the level of his voice. They're referring to it as abuse. Manipulation of finances. Even though you knew we weren't sharing a room, you told the producers we were getting back together. The camera team remained stationary. Nobody spoke. They were all aware that this was not a show. Something genuine. Something unadulterated. Robin stood shakily and slowly. You believe I'm to blame for this? This family was ruined by you. You shoved them all out of your path. Because of you, Meri, Christine, and Janelle fled. You had paranoia. You were domineering. You turned God into a weapon. Cody stepped forward. You believe I worked alone on this? Meri was deemed a liability by you. Christine was accused of lying by you. You persuaded me that Janelle was concealing funds. And you had my faith. Since I had faith in you. And now, I see who you truly are now. Robin's face contorted in rage. You're pitiful. This narrative is now mine. Without me, you wouldn't be here. Then it took place. Cody rushed forward and gave her a forceful shove. Robin threw back her body when his open hand struck her shoulder. She thumped against the edge of the couch, staggered sideways, and fell to her knees with a shrill scream. The room was filled with gasps. When Cody turned, wild-eyed and chest-heaving, one of the PAs moved forward out of reflex and stopped. Everything was captured on camera. Cut the feed, yelled one of the producers. However, a terrified teenage intern did not halt the filming. The microphone remained warm. Slowly, the red light blinked. Robin's voice then emerged from beneath the confusion, a whisper that her lav mic picked up. The video went viral on Reddit around midnight. It was on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. By 3 a.m. major media agencies were analyzing every frame within 24 hours, including the muttered betrayal, the misstep, and the shove. Every talk show and tabloid featured the footage. The public sentiment quickly and angrily shifted against Cody. Allegations of abuse dominated the media. Experts were asked to examine his actions. Advocates for victims of domestic abuse denounced him and demanded judicial action. However, the second footage was then leaked. "I own him, I own the family's legacy," Robin muttered, and her statement went viral. Once more, the tides turned. People started to delve further. In an anonymous post on a forum, a former TLC production assistant accused Robin of continually manipulating interview parts, pressuring editors to remove situations that did not benefit her, and even asking that Janelle's kids be chopped out of important family montages. Other ex-crew members came out with allegations of financial concealment, gaslighting, and favoritism. Meri then revealed her shocking discovery. She had copies of emails, texts, and notebooks that described years of internal manipulation, but they were from Robin rather than Cody. Enraged and inspired, Christine and Janelle sued Cody and Robin together for fraudulent misrepresentation and royalties that were taken. Over $700,000 had been covertly transferred over the previous 8 years into an LLC with only Cody and Robin registered as stakeholders, it turned out. Citing growing threats from Cody and mental harm to her kids, Janelle proceeded with a protective order. Christine made public a private email that Robin had sent her, which read, "Christine and Janelle started their podcast, Reclaimed." The unedited audio of the notorious scene was broadcast in episode 3, Robin's Deception. Cody's Fury. As soon as the mask came off, Meri openly joined them for the first time. "I was silent for too long," she added, looking into the camera, no longer aloof or mysterious. "Silence, to me, was grace. However, I now realize that it was complicity." Cody rents a 2-bedroom apartment on the outskirts of Phoenix and lives there alone. Every business associate and real estate firm he previously worked with has fired him. When he appears in public, protesters greet him. He reluctantly and slowly starts going to treatment, although it's unclear if this is out of desperation or repentance. Robin disappears from the spotlight. She is once seen at a pharmacy in Utah, refusing to answer questions while sporting sunglasses and a hat. According to sources, she is homeschooling the kids, living under a false identity, and getting ready for a custody dispute. Janelle and Christine are doing well. The Other Side of Sister Wives, a hybrid documentary and dramatization series on Netflix, is an adaptation of their podcast. It receives praise from critics and accolades. A book deal is signed by Meri. The title of the memoir will be First Wife, Last Voice. And the Empire of Sister Wives? It's finished. What's left is something unvarnished, authentic, and perhaps, tragically, more accurate than anything the show ever attempted to depict. Because everything that occurs in the shadows eventually makes its way to the light, even if filming was never intended. And there's more. Cody Brown, the patriarch of Sister Wives, portrays himself as a knight in shining armor and exalts his unending love for Robin Brown, but the reality may be more nuanced given that he stated that he is resisting taking another wife because he fears it will anger Robin. Perhaps Cody wouldn't mind adding a new, and most likely younger wife to the family, even if it seems like she is everything he has ever dreamed. If that's the case, it could help to explain some of the conflict between Robin and him. It's odd that despite seemingly getting what they wanted, the two continue to argue. It appeared that Robin would be overjoyed when her 3 wives, Robin, Christine, and Janelle Brown, left because she secretly desired to be free from monogamy. Cody should have been thrilled to be free after pushing those women away. It was therefore strange when he and Robin got into a fight after everything. Finally, Cody and Robin were by themselves and unbothered by anyone. But they didn't appear to be having a happy ending until Garrison's untimely death. Is Cody truly content with being monogamous? His display of distress after Christine, Janelle, and Meri left was unconvincing. He appeared to be trying to appear like a decent guy by exaggerating his feelings. Robin was assumed to be Cody's ideal girlfriend, meeting all of his needs. But an on-screen comment from Cody indicates that he has at least considered getting a second wife. Therefore, he doesn't want to ruin his relationship with Robin, even though monogamy may not be his ideal relationship model. In an episode that aired on April 27th, Cody made the following unexpected statement. He didn't declare that he didn't want to pursue another woman, because he was content with Robin and didn't require anyone else. On screen, he expressed his inability to manage the headache, questions, and struggles that would accompany wooing a new woman with the intention of establishing a spiritual oneness with her. Robin loves a little fantasy, so perhaps Cody feels compelled to play the part of the attractive price. She wasted $70,000 buying American Girl dolls and outfits for them. When Robin converses with her dolls, they have boyfriends, other dolls who are allegedly perfect partners. Maybe she thinks Cody will do the same. Given that men are simply human, she might be looking for a real Disney prince, which would put too much pressure on a man. Perhaps that is the true cause of his numerous actions toward Robin that seem affectionate. Although he obviously loves her, it's possible that he wouldn't go to such far as purchasing Robin a $2.1 million house with her, choosing a David Yurman ring that matched his own, as seen in the above film, or raving about his romantic tension with her on air. Perhaps he is making an excessive effort to be her dream man while in reality, he is not. Perhaps he's ideal for her, but he's not the prince he's pretending to be. He thought about getting a new wife, but decided it would be a horrible idea because of the hassles it would cause. According to Robin, he ruins their relationship and is difficult to live with. This thing contradicts the notion that Cody has a great heart and that they are always in tune. Because individuals are complicated, he can love Robin without providing for all of her requirements. Given that Cody feels pressured to be what Robin wants, it's important to think about the possibility that some of his actions in the sister-wives connection aren't truly him. Due to a dearth of potential storylines, the network may be thinking of canceling Sister Wives after season 19. Over the years, I've watched a lot of reality TV shows, but Sister Wives is one of the greatest. Compared to shows that highlight monogamous couples, the show's concept, which centers on polygamy, has proven to be more captivating and interesting. Since each cast member has been a key part of the show from the start, very few reality TV series have included a family as large as Cody's, with 4 spouses and 18 kids. I've watched Sister Wives cast members go through a number of shifts and metamorphoses over the years. As Cody neglected his first 3 wives and other family members, he became deeply in love with Robin Brown, his 4th wife. Additionally, I saw Christine Brown, Janelle, and Meri Brown acquire the self-assurance to end their polygamous partnerships with Cody and follow their own goals. Since everyone in the Brown family has moved on with their lives, I think the past 3 years have been crucial. Each of them has started a new life apart from the others. I believe the network may decide not to renew Sister Wives for a number of good reasons, the most obvious of which is the show's dismal season 19 reaction. Because of the lively characters and captivating plots of the ensemble, the show has been engaging viewers for almost 15 years. Regretfully, the most recent season wasn't as entertaining as earlier ones. With everyone in the cast preoccupied with their own problems, it seemed pointless. The family-friendly program Sister Wives has changed over the years. Documenting the aftermath of Garrison Brown's death, which was the season's high point, was the most important aspect of the season. The scenes where Janelle and Cody's son were involved felt real and grounded. But the drama of Cody's breakup with Christine, Janelle, and Meri didn't seem necessary. Additionally, scenes with Cody and Robin seemed overdone and uninteresting. I've heard a lot of fans complain about Sister Wives Season 19's perceived tedium over the past 4 months. Some have even gone so far as to label it the worst season ever because of its overwhelming length and unclear goal. This isn't what initially attracted viewers to the show, but I think they are happy in their monogamous relationship right now, which is a good thing. Cody's multiple marriages have always been a major theme of Sister Wives, but after Meri, Janelle, and Christine left him, the program has lost focus and direction. Robin and Cody have talked about continuing to be polygamous, but they haven't decided, which shows that they aren't interested. I think that by prolonging their plot, Cody and Robin have been boring a lot of followers. They argued over it, first stating that they wanted polygamy, then denying it, and then bringing it up again. At one point, Robin expressed interest in several marriages, but she had a peculiar need that Cody could never meet. "I would be interested in living plural marriage again," Robin said, but she also urged Cody to ensure that it would work out. She clarified that having sister wives and a multiple family is the reason she doesn't want to experience any more trauma. I've seen the network discontinue and cancel a lot of its long-running programs throughout the years in favor of better, more recent ones. The Family Chantel, which ran for almost 5 years, is one particular example. The program chronicled the married lives of Chantel Everett and Pedro Jimeno, a couple from the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. After Pedro and Chantel parted ways in 2022, Pedro filed for divorce. The program was ended a year later, and a new spin-off took its place. I firmly believe that Sister Wives will soon be replaced by another program. Despite being broadcast for almost 15 years, the show seems to be running out of material. Similar to Sister Wives, but with real polygamous marriages, TLC has launched a new polygamy-focused program called Polyfamily. Cody no longer leads a polygamous lifestyle after divorcing Meri, Janelle, and Christine. As a result, I believe the network will probably terminate his contract shortly and terminate the show. It would be difficult for the network to develop a cohesive plot that ties together each family member's tale, because they have all moved on and are now living in separate places. I believe the producers might decide to record a last chapter of Sister Wives, with Meri, Janelle, and Christine in 3 or 4 episodes, as they have done with other shows. To wrap up their on-screen adventures, each cast member might receive a single episode. Meri and her new life as a businessman would likely be the main topic of the first episode. Her changing connection with her former sister wives and her most recent romantic interest may be explored on the show. The ongoing projects of Janelle and Christine, Christine's rental business and Janelle's farm expansion, may be featured in episodes 2 and 3. Cody and Robin's choice to completely abandon polygamy, accept their past, and adopt a monogamous lifestyle is probably going to be the main focus of the last episode. Hopefully, Cody will continue to stay in touch with his older children and extended family at the end of Sister Wives. An inside peek at Garrison Brown's heartfelt memorial service after his untimely death was just provided by Sister Wives. On March 5, 2024, at the age of just 25, Garrison, the third youngest child of Cody and Janelle Brown, took his own life after a protracted struggle with anxiety and melancholy. The entire clan gathered together to commemorate Garrison's life and bury him, despite the turbulent dynamics within the Brown family after his divorces from Meri, Janelle, and Christine Brown. One particular moment stuck out among all the tears and grief. Even before they left their multiple marriages, Christine and Janelle had a strong bond. The former sister wives have supported one another over the years, and their relationship has only grown closer since they split from the patriarch of the Brown family. Their relationship is based on trust and respect for one another, which was demonstrated when Christine supported Janelle throughout her son's death. Christine's empathy for Janelle after her breakdown served as a potent reminder of the reality star's own emotional development. Before Garrison's funeral, the family got together in Wyoming, and Christine and Janelle's families went fishing to spend time together. David Woolley, Christine's husband, was also there to help his wife get through this trying moment. Janelle and Christine start talking about Garrison while the other of their children are preoccupied. Janelle lost it all at that point. In a confessional, Christine said to the cameras, "In my 30 years of knowing Janelle, I've only seen her cry a few times." Janelle talked candidly about how she never knows when the sadness will strike and how it comes in waves. Christine discreetly supported Janelle while she processed her feelings during episode 25 when she was overcome with emotion. She let her buddy scream it all out instead of rushing in to give her a hug or soothe her with meaningless words. Christine admitted that although she and Garrison shared a unique kinship, Janelle was ultimately his biological mother. Although the incident lasted only a minute or two, it was a potent demonstration of Christine's emotional maturity and demonstrated that sometimes the greatest approach to help someone is to just give them space without attempting to change the circumstances. Christine also took the time to stress how important it is to honor Janelle's grief. She continued by saying, "It's different for Janelle," to remind the audience that although they both experience grief, a mother's love with her child is unmatched. All of Cody's wives were frequently viewed as interchangeable moms to all of the children in the context of his polygamous lifestyles. In this sense, motherhood was the most significant component of their identities. However, Christine altered that narrative and demonstrated the value of recognizing each person's unique suffering and experiences by providing Janelle with her silent support. It is evident how much Christine has improved herself that she let Janelle to have her time without making it about herself. In their marriages with Cody, the former sister wives were nearly always placed against one another, despite their friendship. Christine undoubtedly attempted to be the center of attention at times in their poly-family dynamic. But it appears that her friendship with Woolley has changed her viewpoint. The fact that Janelle and Christine don't have to compete for Cody's attention has, for one thing, improved their relationship. Christine has also discovered emotional stability and a companion who encourages her development in her marriage to Wooly. She has clearly been able to concentrate more on being there for each other and less on looking for approval thanks to her husband's support. In addition, Wooly has personally experienced the loss of a loved one to suicide. Wooly considered the passing of his first wife in the May 11, 2025, Sister Wives episode. The reality star admitted to his kids that one of the most difficult times in his life was when their mother passed away. Wooly clearly understands the complicated, enduring sadness that one goes through because he has experienced such a loss himself. The TLC personality acknowledged that he struggled with remorse and that he spent a long time blaming himself for his wife's suicide. Wooly continued by saying that although he didn't know Garrison well, he understood the grief the whole family was experiencing following his death. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.